Hi, everyone. My name is Nikki. Thanks so much for joining me in this community today. I am a nurse and a health equity education coach. What that means is that I help academic nurse leaders bypass the trials and errors of common mistakes that are made in addressing health equity and DEI so that our next generation of nurses can really be prepared for the rigor of practice. I did a wonderful webinar for the ANA, Overcoming Obstacles to a Successful DEI Program, Key Actions that all nurse leaders can take now. And there were so many questions, 250 plus actually, which tells me that there's a lot of interest in this topic. And I didn't get to them all clearly. So I'm trying to take some time to answer these questions for you. And if you want to check out my webinar, check my link today. Here's our question for today. How can nurse leaders that belong to oppressed groups protect themselves from microaggressions and triggers when leading DEI initiatives? Now, this is near and dear to my heart because this is the work that I do, right? And I know that microaggressions are common. I know that triggers are very common. And I know what it takes to actually stay present and stay calm in these situations. Sometimes I do it well. I will be honest, sometimes I do not do it so well, but I give myself grace. That's what I'm talking about today. So here are a few things that you can do. One thing is to seek support immediately. If you're a new DEI coach or a DEI officer, look for the people who are allies in your organization who are going to back you up and support you. Practice self-care, whatever that looks like for you. If that means saying no, if that means saying yes, if that means taking a walk, doing meditation, stepping away, taking a breath, saying a prayer, chanting, whatever works for you, do something that speaks to you so that you can be rebalanced when you're coming into these situations that are very tense and very difficult. Set boundaries, healthy boundaries, non-porous boundaries, right? Let your yes be yes and your no be no. So if you can't do something, please don't overcommit to that and say that you can't. If you need help with something, make sure that you're addressing that and identifying the help that you need. A lot of the times what happens with people who are in these positions is once they get that title, then their leaders oftentimes feel like they don't need any support after that. They're like, I've checked the box, I've given it to them to do. That's just not the way that it's going to be. You're going to need that support. You're going to need to feel like you can express yourself and be clear. Also, engaging in self-reflection, I find to be really relevant and important to me. I'm learning what my biases are as well as what my triggers are. So I know that I get triggered when I am not appreciated and when people make it seem as though I'm not valuable to the organization. That's a trigger for me. So I have to learn on how to deal with that. I may not be able to change you, but I can work on the things that I need to do for me. And then build a supportive team if you can. Find the people, whether they're leaders or frontline staff or others who will support you in this effort and help them to be champions along with you. And then my last little bit of feedback is when you've done all of these different things where you've sought support, you're being self-reflective, you're practicing self-care, you're setting your boundaries, you're seeking to build a supportive team. If none of that works, it's time to get out of Dodge. Thanks so much for taking the time to listen today. Follow me on LinkedIn, YouTube. Check out more of my videos, especially check out the webinar that I did for the ANA. Thanks so much. Take good care today. Take care of yourself.